Hey there, welcome back to Funko Friday. This is episode 12. And today we're looking at this is kind of a new release. When I bought it, it's a new one. Anyway, this is Cad Bane. I think this is the third Cad Bane that they've done. They've done one for the original Clone Wars, and then they've done one for the Bad Batch, which is a sequel to the Clone Wars. And then now this is the Book of Boba Fett version. Which I think is the best pop that they've done of him, hands down. Like, they really nailed the look of him, and I especially like that he's angry, because he's kind of a grouchy guy. Here's the box, if you care. It's 580, it's part of the Book of Boba Fett line. You can see the kind of the realistic-ish art of him. I do like that there is a insert. You can't really see it, because it's just hard to see. But it's like Boba Fett's logo. It's the Journeyman Protector logo. You probably will know if you're a diehard Star Wars fan. Um, it's just a cool logo. That's all you need to know. And it's a cool little insert, cardboard insert. Sometimes Funko does this, where they put something in the back to kind of make it cool. I like that. So, if you care, there's the back side of the box. There's the other side with Jabba's palace. Okay. And there is the back with the other characters. Now, this is a new wave, so a new series in the series. Um, so you got Cad Bane, you got Black Chrysanthemum, another bounty hunter. There's the the Major Domo. So the Twi'lek dude, the cowardly wimp, the funny guy. He's the comic relief. He was great. You got Luke and Grogu training. There's Grogu with the armor, and then there's the Mandalorian, looking awesome as usual. Actually, what is that he's holding? Um, I'm not really sure what he's holding, but it's cool. All these are great. I think probably the second best is probably Mandalorian. I think probably. They're all great. And I did get this for $12, I think. Yeah. Here's the top. And no one cares about the box. Let's take that away. Here's the actual figure. And just like all the pops of Star Wars, well, I think almost every pop of Star Wars has the figure like fixed to the base. Like, it's glued, you can't really take it off, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. He looks amazing. Wow, like he looks literally exactly like he did at the end of the Book of Boba Fett. Which the only problem is he should have been in the season way before. He should have been in episode 1, 2, all of them. Like, he just kind of showed up at the end, which is fine. But if you want to have a good villain, you need to introduce him early, or her. So have them appear early on, so then you can know who they are and understand why we need to kill them or get them defeated. Anyway, here he is. Here's the 360 of him. He's got a big old head, just like all Funkos. Um, he's a bobblehead. And the only thing I don't like about this figure, it's not the figure, it's the stand. Why is this so sloppy? Like, the Star Wars logo is like smudging into each other. Okay, that's kind of garbage. Anyway, it's just kind of like bleeding. The silver paint is just like bleeding over here. That's not great. You know what? Who cares? The figure is phenomenal, so that's what matters, right? He's got an action pose, which I think is the first for this character in the Funko world, because I think Cad Bane in the past has only just been standing there. Not that exciting. He's still just standing there, but he's going into a shooting pose. So it's different. It's not just him standing around. He's got his gun out, ready to, like, shoot someone in the face. Uh, I don't condone violence, but yeah, in movies it's great, in shows it's fine. It fits. So he's gonna blast someone, and yeah, he's got his little trench coat, and I like that he's like kind of the trench coat is like in the wind, kind of like he's like almost brushing it aside to get his other gun, which is cool. And this Cad Bane is a little bit different from his original look in the Clone Wars. He's got a different hat. He's got a different coat. It's a different undersuit as well. He's wearing like a different shirt, different pants, different boots. But it's still the same character. He's obviously older now. I think he's like in his 40s or 50s by the time we meet him in Book of Boba Fett, which is kind of matches Boba Fett himself because he's almost in his 60s ish when we meet him in the same show. So it's kind of cool that they're almost like the same age, near the same age. So I don't know. They both have a very interesting backstory. I'm not gonna spoil it, but Cad Bane is a very interesting character in the Clone Wars and Bad Batch, and now Book of Boba Fett. I think probably his best appearances are in the Clone Wars, just because he was younger. He fought Jedi. He's a very intimidating, kind of a professional bounty hunter. After Jango Fett gets killed, so yeah, he's kind of like the best bounty hunter up until Boba Fett becomes the best. So yeah, that makes sense. Um, I love the detail. Like the way that they did the bullets is really impressive. Like he's got bullets pretty much everywhere. Like on his belt, on his arms, he's got it on his boots. He's got his belt buckle holding his guns, his holsters. He's got his boots, which are new. They're like shinier. Got some metal parts to them. I like his gauntlets. His gauntlets are also different than they were in the past. They're actually blue now, so they kind of match his face, which is kind of cool. Different gloves. I think his breathing apparatus is the same. It's definitely the same. He's got like a kind of a mask over his face, like the rest of his head, but his face is obviously showing. Um, that's the best part. We'll get to that in the hat in a minute. I love the breathing tubes. That is my favorite part. It just looks so. One second. It looks awesome. Um, so there you go. It's kind of like wrapping around him, like around to his back. Obviously, because it's a bobblehead, he can't really like this part should be attached to his back, but because it's a bobblehead, you can't really do that. So it's fine that it's loose. It makes sense. Um, I like the back of it. It's not very detailed like the back of his head, which is fine because that's how it was in the shows. Um, so yeah, but the face is awesome. The face is so good. If they messed up his face, that would be terrible. But thankfully, it looks just as amazing in live action as it does in animation. Obviously, the animation is a little bit better, but still, it's great. Um, Corey Burton did come back to voice Cad Bane. He's not performing as him, but he did the voice, which was amazing to hear once again. I love the way the tubes connect to the cheeks. It's very animesque and very animated looking. Obviously, it's live action, but if you get what I mean, it's got that kind of cartoony look, but in a good way. Um, he's got the red eyes. He's got the. He's not. It doesn't have a nose. It looks like a nose, but it's his mouth. He's got his teeth showing, ready to yell at someone. um, and yeah, I think that probably the second best part is the hat, because Cad Bane is known for wearing all types of hats all the time, and it really reminds me of Indiana Jones again. Uh, the Indiana Jones Funko Pops are actually coming next month, which I'm so excited for. Um, anyway, not wrong character. It just reminds me of Indy. So yeah, he's got kind of the same look to him. Very good detail on the side of the hat. Some gold, painted very well. Looks very awesome. Obviously, Cad Bane is very inspired by cowboys. Um, Actually, much of Star Wars was based on the West, like the Wild West, which is, in my opinion, amazing, because the Wild West is it's really cool to me. So yeah, it makes sense. It's basically a space western. So, and the Book of Boba Fett takes obvious inspiration. So does the Mandalorian, but I think more the Book of Boba Fett takes inspiration from the Wild West scene. So there you go. And Cad Bane pretty much the best hunter of them all. So there you go. And that's the figure. Absolutely phenomenal. Worth your money. Especially if you're a big fan of Cad Bane and you don't want to pay a ton of money for the original, which is like over 200 bucks. So, yeah. And then there's the Bad Batch one. I think the Bad Batch one is probably my least favorite. The hat looks really weird. The rest of him looks great. It's just the hat. They kind of messed up the hat for me. So, that was kind of disappointing. I think this is probably the best looking one. I mean, it's so accurate. It's got the Funko look to it, and it can bobble, and they did a great job. They really did. Um, and I'm glad it wasn't a fail. But here is Boba Fett himself, the book of Boba Fett. So there he is. I did a video on him not too long ago. So if you want to see that, you can. They match up pretty well. I think probably Boba Fett is the better figure, mainly because of the detailing on him. I think he has even more detail than Cad Bane, but I think if you're gonna get one of them, I'd probably recommend Boba Fett. But if you already have one, I'd definitely recommend Cad Bane. He's just one of the best that they've done, I think. And he looks exactly like he did in the show, but also has the Funko look. So there you go. And having a little good old fashioned standoff like they did in the season finale. So there you go. I don't have another pop to compare. Actually, no, I do. Sorry, that's a lie. Here's Deadshot from Suicide Squad 1. I love that movie. I'm gonna get some hate. You know what? It's fine. So this is Deadshot from the Will Smith Deadshot. And he looks awesome. Obviously, Deadshot is a little bit shorter because he doesn't have a stand, so kind of a shorty. But yeah, of these two figures, I definitely like Deadshot better, but I think Cad Bane is fantastic. You can't really go wrong. And yeah, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which version of Cad Bane is your favorite Funko. Should they make another one? Uh, I would like to see an updated one from his Clone Wars look that isn't $200. So yeah, that'd be nice. More Funko Pop reviews are coming very soon. Um, Stay tuned for those. Thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, guys.